Welcome back to my channel. Today we expected rain. We thought we'd get some thunderstorms, but we haven't. And so what that means for me is some hand watering. So just filling up the watering can here from one of our tanks and going down to water some new natives I put in the ground recently. Even though this is a native of Australia and it will exist eventually, they're quite drought tolerant, they do need water just to get them started. Having plenty of water is the main resource that I need in a garden this big. We live on 1.5 acres. And 2/3 of that land is in garden at the moment, so we need a lot of water. This tank in the backyard holds 22,000 litres, and I use it when I'm hand watering in this part of the garden. The tanks that we have out the front are hooked up to a pump, so obviously when it comes time to put some water into the garden, we use the water in the tanks. Just turn the pump on and pump it out into our gardens. That's the beauty of being able to save water when it rains. Ensuring the right amount of water in every part of my garden is important. So for my shade house that I have on every day for 10 to 15 minutes depending, I have fitted a timing system here to the water. So it comes on every morning at 7. I don't need to think about it. And while I'm away, I know that it's going to be on every day. This is really a time-saving piece of equipment for me. Right up in the front of our block there, you will see water tanks. There are 3 large tanks with the capacity to store close to 60,000 litres of water. And that water is for use on this side of the garden. So the trees, the roses, the natives, and all the gardens leading this far forward. But the great thing is here, what we decided to do was put all of the tubing under the ground. So from the front, the tubes are all under the ground and they actually meet in this corner. And then all we have out are the hoses that we use. But when we're not using them and they're wrapped up, it means that there are no ugly looking tubes everywhere and pipes all over the garden. Because we have a large garden, there would be a lot of tubing and pipes everywhere. So we took a bit of extra time and put everything that the water was coming in under the ground. Storing water and using it in my garden was always going to be the challenge. How was I going to get enough water to sustain such a large garden? But when you compare it to somebody who lives in the Northern Territory, this is the rain that they're having right now. Yes, please send us 1 or 2 days that looks like that. It is the monsoon, it is the tropics, and they expect that kind of rain up there. But yeah, we just need 2 days of that. So send it down to us, Darwin. We'd really appreciate it here. We live in a space where we don't have as much rain as we used to when I lived in Darwin in the Northern Territory. However, there are still ways that we can keep a garden nice and green by storing our water and using it frugally, planting plants that become drought tolerant, and just being aware of all those environmental issues that come from living in a subtropical climate. Have a fabulous day today, no matter where you are in this wonderful world.